It pains me to say that because I don't necessarily think that you need to let them sit.
We interrupt this program to bring you this important message. Welcome to Marketing Interruption, a daily podcast powered by BlueTuskr that interrupts your day with marketing news, tips and strategies from an entrepreneur who lives and breathes marketing. Now, let the interruption begin with your host, Andrew Maff.
Hello, welcome to episode number 21, Marketing Interruption. I'm Andrew Maftone, your host, and today I'm going to talk to you about retargeting ads and the ones that you should just set them up and let them sit. Now, it pains me to say that because I don't necessarily think that you need to let them sit. However, this has been kind of an interesting topic I've had a lot of lately. Obviously, people are or sellers specifically, are a little bit more hesitant on spending money for ads right now just because of everything going on. They want to make sure that they're staying as lean as possible. I always suggest to at bare minimum have retargeting ads running. I've been doing this for, a little over 15 years now, actually, I think. About 15 years. And I still have not met a seller that should not have at least one retargeting ad running. So I wanted to talk about the ones that I say you should set up and let them sit if that's your thing. So these are the ones that are, they're most important because there's someone that recently visited you, and then you have to think of the timeline of when they visit you versus when they purchase. Some sellers have someone visit their store and they'll purchase that day. Some will visit their store and take a week or two before purchasing. It all kind of depends on your own audience. So you're going to have to go into Google Analytics and dig into how long it takes from like point A to checkout and what that average length of time is. And then you'll kind of know which retargeting parameters you want to set into place. So I do, where are you? There you are. So breaking up the retargeting ads. So go to analytics, see how long it take. It's going to vary for everyone. I just kind of go with my own rule of thumb in the beginning, unless there's some like anomaly of like, it's like a $5,000 product or something like that. And then we go, okay, I got to dig into this more before we kind of just go at it. But I usually do 7-day increments. So 7-day, 14-day, 21-day, 30-day. So I do 21 to 30. And then I'll do 30 to 60, 60 to 90, and then maybe 90 to 180 if I want to do that. So retargeting, most of the time I will require to do Facebook and Instagram at a bare minimum. And you can only do up to 180 days retargeting for that. So I'll separate it out. I'll do 7-day, 14-day, 21-day, 30, 60, 90, 180. And I will change the creative throughout all that because you're going to burn people out. You don't want to show them the same ad over and over again. So that 7-day window, I'm going to give them the best creative I have. I'm going to A/B test several types of copy. And I'm going to keep the frequency pretty high. So it's going to be a little dependent on who I'm targeting, again. But I like to do like 5 to 7 times. So if you look at the frequency on Facebook, Instagram, so Facebook Ads Manager, you should have a frequency of between 5 and 7 for that first week. 7 to 14, especially most sellers, by then, chances are if they haven't purchased with you, they may not. So 7 to 14, now I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm going to be like, okay, let's definitely cap this out at 5, so maybe 4 or 5. Then the up to 21 day, I'm going to keep that same thing, so maybe like 4 to 5. And then after that, so 21 to 30, I'm going to drop that down to about a 3 to 4. And then 30 to 60, 60 to 90, 90 to 180, I'm definitely going to keep that at a 3. So I look at a frequency on a weekly basis on how many times did they see it that week. And in the beginning, obviously, I want to be like, you were just here, don't forget. You were just here, don't forget. And then I want to slowly kind of fade it out just because you don't want to piss people off either. You don't want to show them the same friggin' ad over and over and over again. They'll get annoyed by it, and it'll actually end up hurting your brand. That's one of those things where you might see it hurting your brand by people commenting, but it's not the people that comment that you should be afraid of. It's the people that don't. It's the ones that aren't speaking that they're frustrated with how often they're seeing your ads. So yeah, at bare minimum, retarget people who visited your site and didn't convert. You can always retarget people who saw an ad and didn't do anything about it, or maybe they came and saw a blog post but didn't go over to your products. Maybe you want to leave those alone, but at bare minimum, I suggest to retarget people who at least visited a product page. Abandoned cart's a no-brainer. Everyone should have an abandoned cart up. All e-commerce sellers should have that up. I prefer to use the dynamic ads for that one. I'll test it usually, but most of the time I'll just go ahead and set up a dynamic. That's the one where it just kind of shows you it's live through your catalog, and it will just show you the product that's actually showing up, or the product that they left in their cart. Outside of Facebook and Instagram, everywhere, right? Like you can do retargeting ads on LinkedIn, and just because, well, I take that back. If you're B2B, I would retarget on LinkedIn. If you're B2C, it would kind of depend on what your ads are. Maybe they're office supply related or something like that, and then LinkedIn would be fine. But LinkedIn is so business oriented that you don't want to retarget swimwear or something like that on there. Pinterest ads are great. The CPC right now that I'm getting for most of our clients is like 5 cents. It's something nuts. So I highly suggest retargeting on Pinterest. Can't hurt to retarget on Twitter. Obviously doing Google Display, or I prefer to use AdRoll, who I'll obviously be featuring today. So AdRoll basically takes the real estate of Google Display ads as well as their own real estate that they have, so places that they're allowed to place their ads, and you can run retargeting ads across the entire internet. And obviously you can do video, or you can do static images, or you can do your dynamic catalog, whatever you want to do. I'm a fan of AdRoll because it's much simpler to use for me, and the less I have just jammed into all of our Google Ads stuff, the better. And that's all I had for today. So rate, review, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all again tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us for today's Marketing Interruption. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show. And don't forget to email marketinginterruption@BlueTuskr.com with any marketing questions you'd like to have answered on the show. And head over to marketinginterruption.bluetuskr.com to catch up on past episodes. Until next time, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.